What is up, guys? It's Wraith back with another video. Now in today's video I'm going to be going through a couple tips you guys can use for upcoming tournaments or tournaments, skirmishes, whatever you're in, or even in this World Cup that's going to be coming out, because I recently did really well inside of the Gauntlet finals. I actually came 288th in NA West, which I'm pretty proud of. Definitely going to use this as a learning curve though, figure out my mistakes and definitely get back to you guys for the World Cup and do even better. But yeah, so if you guys are going to enjoy this video, make sure you hit a like, subscribe, and comment what I can do for a future video. Let's get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to mention is items. Now, this is probably one of the most important things, is you're going to need to have some movement to get to where you want to go. So for example, like you can see in my loader right now, Rift to Go, probably the best item besides a shotgun in scrims, I'd say, or in pop-up cups or gauntlets or whatever you're doing. Rift to Go's are absolutely unbelievable. I would prioritize it almost over anything than maybe a shotgun. Unbelievable. You can use it instantly when you get in trouble. You can use it late game, get maybe 5 or 6 more placement points up just by keeping one Rift to Go. If you have 2 or both your teammates have one, unbelievable. You want to have a Rift to Go, absolutely essential. If not, you want to make sure you try and have some launch pads. If not, again, you're gonna have to work with what you got. Try and use a driftboard. Hamsters right now are the new meta, so I'd recommend those if you can use it. If you can get to one, hamsters are definitely a big deal right now, and you see pro players using it all the time. Excuse me. But yeah, so basically, I don't know. You guys really want some form of movement in the game, because you're going to be rotating almost 50% the entire map, because very unlikely you're going to get the entire map to kind of move around with. But yeah, so you're gonna want some kind of movement. Now the next thing is focus on what's important. Now mats are probably, besides the Rift to Go and just the pump, are one of the most essential things to have. If you're going into endgame like 3rd or 4th circle and you have 100 wood, I'm sorry to say it, but you're 90% not going to win the game unless you do something unbelievable or get a good kill or run over some extra mats or something, which I'll get into a later point. But you need to get mats. Whenever you're not fighting, whenever you're rotating, whenever you're boxed in something, farm. When you're early game and you're waiting for someone to come attack you, or you're getting ready to go attack someone, farm. Farming is so important. Your ideal loadout you want to have is a 500 brick, 500 wood, 500 metal. Extremely important to have mats. I'm sure most of you guys already know this, but again, it's so important. You want to make sure you have the mats. If not, you're going to be extremely in trouble for late game. Now again, setup you want to be comfortable with. If you're in scrims and you're not really a sniper, or you've never really used, let's say, you're not really a big fan of an SMG, you just run AR, pump, and then normally it's 2 sets of heals, don't go with something you're uncomfortable with. If you're not good with a deagle, you're not good with a sniper, you're not good with a rocket launcher, don't use it. Prioritize what you're good with, what you're used to. If you're unbelievable with a sniper, if you can hit shots like Dakota's, grab a sniper over something that you wouldn't need. You want to grab something that you're comfortable with and you know you can actually use. Now another thing is, if talking about loadout, if you don't find something that you're comfortable with, or say you land somewhere like Snobby Shores and for some reason 30 people decide to land here and you have to dip out and go to the far houses and you only get a common TAC, common SMG, and 2 minis. Okay, well your absolute loadout's absolutely terrible, right? So you have a couple options you can do. You can go push someone, try and get a good shots on, try and get some far shots, try and kill someone, hope that he's a bot, whatever. You can try and third party, or you can wait until you see a fight break out. Instead of third partying, you just wait on the outside, and once you're done with that, all you have to do is literally go in, take all the extra loot, because everyone decides to leave loot where it is after they fight, because most people are going to have a decent kind of setup already. So if you just go in after the build battle, there's going to be extra mats, there's going to be extra wood, or that's the same thing, extra mats, extra heals, extra weapons. Most likely, there's 99% of the time is you're going to have extra stuff in that build battle. So you can do that as well. Or like I said, you can just go third party, kind of your decision, kind of got to do, you guys got to kind of figure out what scenario you're in and what you got to do. Now, for the actual late game tips is, no matter, even if you're going for placements in a hamster ball, for example, this meta, I don't know if it's going to, I don't know if it's going to be on here in a month, etc., etc. But basically, you need to know how to turtle. There's tons of videos. I think I even have a channel in my, or I even have a video on my channel, turtling done right and how to deal with turtles. But you need to learn how to turtle and how to move turtles. So like, not what's the word? Like actually build out and turtle during a moving storm. So not like actually just turtle one by one, but be able to move and turtle all around you at once. So there's tons of videos on that, but you got to be able to learn how to move with rotation and always be building around you so people can't get in shots. Very important. Even if you have a hamster ball and you're just going for placements, I suggest you spend an hour a day, hour every couple of weeks, whatever, or not a couple weeks, hour every week, just practicing on a turtle so you know what you're doing, just in case your hamster ball breaks or when hamsters get taken out of the game, you know what you're doing. Now, one of the big facts is to actually get to the late game, you have to work on your early game. Now, a lot of people, I know some people might not like this, but a lot of people are just a little bit under average players, not the best players. They can barely win most 1v1 fights, and if they're going to be sitting at 22 points, 23 points in a pop-up cup or in this gauntlet event, you're going to be going against pretty decent players. Like, not unbelievable, but pretty decent players. And if you can barely even fight a 1v1 and you're just going for placement points, there's no point. Unless it's a money event and you think just by placement points you're going to win and get some money, you got to practice your in-game. You got to figure out how to 1v1, how to win battles, because if you're just going to go for placement points, you're not practicing anything, you're not going to get better. You're probably not going to win something like the World Cup. You're probably not even going to win any money at all. So I highly suggest you got to practice. Honestly, practicing is more important than doing good in these tournaments. If you're practicing to get better at the tournaments, that's better overall than just saying, okay, I finished 15th in North America West. I didn't win anything, I didn't learn anything, and I didn't get a kill the entire game, right? You want to improve. You got to win those early game fights because you got to be able to get the loot. If you have a bad loot situation, like I said, it becomes way more stressful. You got to go throughout the entire game avoiding fights, unless you're a very aggressive player. But yeah, like I said, you got to be winning those early game fights. Very, very important. Now, another place is find a place to land. Now, talking about early game, you got to find out where to land. My place is Happy Hamlet right now. If not, I decide maybe Fatal Fields. But you always got a place to land. If you're a very aggressive player, maybe somewhere like Salty or what's it called? Tilted Towers is somewhere for you. If not, you got to find somewhere like, I don't know, Lucky Landing, Paradise, somewhere like that where you know you can land, you know every chest spawn, everywhere you want to go, you feel comfortable with, you feel like you get good RNG, go there every single game. Now, when you die in these games, or you die when you're rotating, save the clip, or just think of going to replay mode and figure out what you could have done wrong. Whenever I die in these gauntlet games, I'm always figuring out what I did wrong, what I could have done better, what I need to improve. I talk about this every video where I'm talking about improving. Think about why you died. Don't just say, okay, I died from some BS shot or someone got a lucky shot on me. What did you do that put you in that scenario to actually get you killed? Think about it, try and improve on it, and try and make a reason as to why you did it and why you're not going to do it again. Now, for these point kind of systems, it's very important to get kills, but it's also very important to be able to be aware of the point system. So eliminations, like I said, excuse me, are 1 point every single time you get an elimination. So if you feel like you're a good player above average, push some kids. If you feel like you're an average player but you need to go for more placement points, play a little bit more passive, try and get 2 to 3 games, and then try and get the victory royale. But some things you got to be aware of is always be aware of where the storm's located. If you're got to move instantly, if you got to move right away, how much damage it's ticking, how far away you are, how far you got to rotate, everything. You always got to be aware of everything. If the storm's moving and you're about to push someone, don't make the push. You're just going to get forced in storm. You're going to get out of it. Even if you win, you're going to have 20 health. You could die to storm, right? You want to be very smart about where your push is. And yeah, that's basically it. The last thing I'm really going to say is use the metas. I keep saying metas. It's definitely metas, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Whatever the meta, whatever, is in the game, use that. So if it's planes, use the planes. If it's hamster balls, use hamster balls. I know I kind of struggled with this too. I'm like, okay, I want to practice late game. Hamster balls might not be in the World Cup, but trust me, you still want to know how to do it. You may as well take it. You see pros do the hamster balls. You see pros use the planes all the time. Yes, they're cancerous. Yes, they're toxic, but trust me, use it. You may not be getting better with them, but you're actually getting to the late game. Then you can practice it from there. Even if your hamster ball gets shot out, even if you win with 1 game, 1 kill, you get more confident as the more scrim games you win, the more pop-up cups games you win. But use the meta, it's definitely a big deal, and you can definitely use it to your advantage, just like every pro player is doing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and use code Wraith-YT. And I am setting up a stream, so get ready for that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good one.